Rigney, the short drop. It could get the bounce here for Gordon. It's a great chance as Ryan gets through, but beautifully tackled by Radovic. Or rather, that was Speed who made the tackle. Gordon still on the attack here, taking it inside the 25. That's Horsfield. And Horsfield finding touch, but in defence, he didn't gain much ground. And Gordon now on the attack inside the Eastern Suburbs 25.
Need to break through in the inside centre position. He's carrying the ball badly under his arm and not able to get it away, and he's in the middle of the tackle. But it could be their design to try and force a hole at the inside centre position. It's a favourable point from which to form your ruck if he happens to make 6 or 7 yards.
Horsfield, and the rebound, the ball close to the line. This is what's going to happen. The advantage rule being played here. Very close. Going chance for Gordon, and out here to Kiley. Kiley goes for the line. Is he over? No. Beautiful defence by Eastern Suburbs. They got out of that one by the skin of their teeth. The line out, no more than 4 yards from the line. Rigney out to Prowse. Back to Ryan now. Eastern Suburbs forwards had 8 forwards to none there to that ruck very quickly. But here's Batterham to Rigney. Great chance for Gordon here as the ball comes along the line, but it's good tackle by Radovic. Back to Rigney again. Out here to McGlynn. McGlynn and Kiley. Look at those Eastern Suburbs defenders. Eastern Suburbs, very good performance by the forwards then. They had 8 to none when the first tackle was made.
Outside, I mean, he's inclined to tuck it under his arm. It gives him more physical freedom to try and plough his way through, but it's not much help when he's got men outside exposed.
That's Speed. Speed's kick up towards halfway. Stone coming through fast on the fullback, but Warman getting away. Fullback Warman. Warman coming down almost to the 25. Back into his supporting backs, and it's a knock-on, no doubt, from the tackle. It was Walker, the winger on the far side, who was into the tackle, the ball rolling forward. The scrum right on the Eastern Suburbs 25.
The Eastern Suburbs application of speed having an effect. They're getting to these loose rucks much more quickly than Gordon.
On the tight head to Rigney. Rigney a drop at goal again, and that looks a good one. Beautiful drop at goal by Rigney, and Gordon goes to the lead. Gordon in front by 6 points to 5, about 7 minutes to half-time.
Scrums.
In touch on the full. Centre field scrum. And tight head to Eastern Suburbs. That's Hickman. His kick rebounding though. And now it's back for the line out. The ball was kicked out in touch on the full, so we're going right to halfway. But wait a moment, the referee has indicated a knock-on. Knock-on on the Gordon 10-yard line. Handley, and reaching to that pass, advantage rule. Out to Ryan. Ryan getting through a break here to Prowse. Has Kiley with him. Here's Kiley flying for the corner. And Kiley's little kick infield. Is Prowse going for it? And it's Kiley who could score. Kiley's, no try. Knock on ruled. It looks like Prowse, the outside centre, knocked on with the line at his mercy. 25 drop out. Horsfield, a long drop straight downfield. That's Rigney. Rigney, a beautiful torpedo punt, but it won't find touch. It's going over the line. And Hickman touching down for the 25 dropout. That was a good...
And the keynote of the game is speed.
And the line out now, 7 or 8 yards inside the Eastern Suburbs half. Criddle right back to number 8 with Stevens marking him. Rigney. And a charge down by Criddle. Batterham in defence. And touching the Eastern Suburbs player Denovan, so the ball going out on the full, so it takes the spot where the ball crossed the line, which is the Gordon 10-yard line. We saw Criddle's experience in as a breakaway forward charging down that kick, although he's playing in the second row. He was originally an international back row forward. Good win by Monteith, the fullback coming in outside Ryan. There's the fullback, Warman. That's beautiful movement. Has two men in support, but he's getting across field. Looking for Prowse. Here's Prowse and Walker. Walker goes for the corner. A wonderful try. Wonderful try to Gordon. Fullback almost ruined it, but there it was, the extra man coming in. Gordon lead by 9 points to 5 with the kick to come, and that was the try of the match so far. Gordon a commanding lead at half-time, and it's wide of the upright, so the score is Gordon 9, Eastern Suburbs 5, and including injury time, about 4.5 minutes now to the half-time break. Suburbs. Batterham to Rigney. Rigney angling his kick across field. This is Horsefield. Horsefield taking in plenty of time, and not a good kick by Horsefield. And knock on by Walker. Advantage rule, no, it'll go back for the scrum. Referee Ferguson waiting for the advantage to Eastern Suburbs. There wasn't any, so the scrum packing just inside the Gordon 10-yard line. Handley, the high one, back onto Warman, up into the sun. Warman underneath, judged it well. And he's driven the Eastern Suburbs players out of position. A long chase for Horsefield. Will the ball beat them? Yes, it does. In touch on the Eastern Suburbs 10-yard line. Coming through at fastest speed, the breakaway. Dawson looking for the pickup. Eastern Suburbs coming for this loose ruck. Batterham working the blind side. And somehow the hooker Twybull was standing between the half and the 5/8 and losing ground for Gordon. The line out about 10 yards out from the Gordon 25. Gordon in front, 9-5 with 3 minutes to half time. Knock on from the line out. Eastern Suburbs on the tight head. Hickman goes the blind side. Linking up with Dawson. Back to Crittall. Crittall almost to the 25. Dawson again. And Denovan finally into touch. But that's taken play inside the Gordon 25. A good exchange with the Eastern Suburbs forwards. Rigney. But here's a penalty, a vital penalty going to Eastern Suburbs. Cox running across to take the kick. It's inside the 25. A fairly simple one. And a vital kick too, because if successful, this would make the difference 1 point only. And no, he's missed it. A bad miss by Cox. So it's still Gordon 9, Eastern Suburbs 5. The 25 drop out to come, and about 2 minutes to half time. Rigney, the long drop. It's up over halfway. And almost in touch. Now it was thrown back in. This is Horsefield. Horsefield opening up play. And out to intercept by Rigney. Rigney could score, but a knock on. Technical knock on. A technical knock on. And all those boos from Gordon supporters, but the referee quite right. He didn't handle the ball properly as Rigney went for the intercept. Bad luck for Gordon. Scrum just outside the Eastern Suburbs 25. Tight head to Gordon. The kick for Batterham for Kiley coming through on Horsefield and Ryan. And Horsefield bundled over the dead ball line into touch and goal. And it's ruled carried over. Gordon pressing very strongly in the closing minutes of the first half. And a vital scrum on the tight head, won by Eastern Suburbs. Cox's kick won't find touch. A chance for a drop at goal if the time here for Kiley, but he won't have the time. And that's taken play outside the 25. Fox Fox carried back by Dawson. Dawson winning the battle for possession, it seems. Let's see who wins this ruck. And half those forwards had no interest at all in where the ball was. Handley getting straight back downfield to Speed. Speed with support here. Dawson's with him. And here's Dawson. And Dawson getting out of the fullback and looking for support back in field to Speed. That's the other Speed, and Speed between the posts. A great try to Eastern Suburbs. Well, the Speed brothers, that's Dennis Speed number 7 and Kieran Speed number 12. The final scorer was Kieran Speed. Well, that was a very good try from that scrum. A few seconds before half-time and a vital score. It's there, and Eastern Suburbs at half-time leads by 10 points to 9. A very good first half indeed. The scorers for Eastern Suburbs, a try to Crittall, a try to Kieran Speed. Cox converted both those tries to give Eastern Suburbs 10 points. For Gordon, a try to Walker, Sheeran a penalty goal, and Rigney a field goal. And just in time for the kick-off of the second half, Eastern Suburbs changing over, leading by 1 point, and in this second half they're running into the sun. Long shadows there. It's Cox to kick off for Eastern Suburbs, and here's the start of this second half. It's been a great first half, the best grand final we've seen for years, and the long kick-off is over the dead ball line, it appears. Yes, the touchdown for the 25 dropout, not quite to the dead ball line, but a 25 dropout to Gordon. Well, if we have 40 minutes of football like we had in the first half, this will be a truly memorable match. Number 4 is Denovan for Eastern Suburbs. Now Batterham. Back to Fox. Fox number 7, linking up with his front row forward, that's Swan. Nice heel by Eastern Suburbs, but a kick through in anticipation by one of the front row forwards. Warman's kick won't find touch, or it's bouncing towards the line. Here's Horsfield. Horsfield, the up and under. We have Dawson following through onto Warman. And the ball's still in the air. That's Walker, number 14. He's the winger. And that's not in touch. Let's see what happens here. Crittall going for it, but the ball bouncing at right angles into touch about 5 yards out from the Gordon 25.
And it'll give them an advantage. They'll even risk running into the sun for the advantage of the wind in the second half.
The back of the line out is Dawson, but not in straight, fairly obviously. The set scrum to go down just outside the Gordon 25. Eastern Suburbs getting a nice push in this scrum. Warman screwed back infield. Horsfield following through. Under the ball is Stevens. Back to Rigney. And Rigney finding touch about 12 yards from halfway.
Beautifully conditioned, but whether they can maintain that speed of the first half play, I doubt.
Batterham. Recall for a set scrum. The ball fairly obviously didn't go into the line out straight. That's the black 10-yard line in Gordon territory, right through the middle of the scrum. Held in the second row by Gordon. Rigney's kick for the touchline. Well, he's bouncing right on the paint. Drew up the paint that time. We saw the dust fly, and that takes play about 15 yards inside the Eastern Suburbs half. Eastern Suburbs leading by 10 points to 9, just 3 minutes into the second half. To Handley, the kick back over the forwards, but that's in touch on the full. Rigney, but again the referee stopping play for the ball not going down the middle of the line out. Tight head. Rigney kicking across field. Horsfield letting the ball bounce. Danger here. This is Ryan. Ryan going himself. Ryan getting through tackles. He's very strong. Now Gordon pouring in for the quick heel. Almost over the line. This might be very close to a pushover try. And looking for the ball, and a tremendous ruck there. But it's going to be a scrum with the back of the Eastern Suburbs scrum actually over the line. Gordon with the loose head. Gordon trying for a pushover, but it's held locked very tight. They're over the line, and it's a try. Yes, that's a try. That's the breakaway, I'd say, who scored. That's Sullivan. They screwed that scrum very effectively. That's a good piece of forward football. Gives Gordon the lead by 12 points to 10, and the kick to come.
Give him a 4-point advantage. He should push this one over.
He's missed it. A bad kick.
Oh, that could win and lose a premiership, that one. He could have almost ladled that over with a spoon.
So there's the score. Gordon 12, Eastern Suburbs 10. After long drop by Cox to Warman. And Warman finding touch just outside the 25. So for the moment, Gordon playing a man short. Let's see who goes to halfback. It'll probably be Fox, the breakaway forward. Yes, Fox, the breakaway, is going to halfback. Eastern Suburbs poised for attack. Long throw for Crittall in the back of the line out. And Crittall in possession, back to Speed. And a knock on by Handley. Advantage rule being played at the moment, but if it comes out, no, it's no advantage to either side. And the cheer by the Gordon supporters as Batterham comes back on the field. The little halfback, Rex Batterham, he's back on the field. So both teams intact this scrum on the Gordon 25.
He got a nasty knock on the shoulder, Batterham, though.
Rigney's kick is up over halfway. It's bouncing towards the line. That's a good one by Rigney. Taken play 10 yards over halfway into Eastern Suburbs territory.
Little fellow, might only be a nerve, and he might get the feeling back. He's trying to work it back in again there.
Stone to Handley. Handley's kick is coming towards midfield. Warman. Cross kick place, trying to place his whole team on side. It's Handley. Hickman getting up towards halfway. And through comes Dawson. Rigney now. And making the tackles. Donovan still in play, but into touch now. 10 yards out from the Gordon 25. Looked like Bailey.
Bailey was offside. But still, everyone is darting anywhere. You can miss them.
Crittall going for the pat back, but Stevens getting the ball. Here's it loose. One of the Dawsons comes through, and it's in touch.
Pace of the game slackened considerably to what it was in the first half, and one must expect that. You can't go like that all the time.
Handley to Speed. Out the fullback coming in, Horsfield. Here's a great chance to Cox. Cox over the 25, getting back in field and still going. Eastern Suburbs looking for the quick heel. Ball loose, very close to the line. Great chance here for Eastern Suburbs. And it's going to be a scrum, obviously carried over. Loose head here to Eastern Suburbs. Both sides of the field open here. Hickman looking for the open side to Handley. Handley dummying, going himself close to the line. And again the ball carried over. Well, the setup now for a drop-it goal or a try on both sides. And Batterham once again in agony there with that injured left shoulder or left arm. Tactic here, there may be an attempted drop-it goal. No, they're going to run this. Kick through, that's Radovic coming onto the ball. Radovic now, back to Dawson, linking with his forwards now. Crittall barging through tackles. He's very close to the line. Loose maul, a very solid one developing well inside the Gordon 25.
These first 5 Eastern Suburbs forwards, my word, they're battling.
Penalty to Eastern Suburbs. Well, here's the vital kick again. Score at the moment, Gordon 12, Eastern Suburbs 10. This kick could put Eastern Suburbs back in the lead.
It's an awkward one for a left footer, but he's very, very straight in his approach.
Well away to the right.
Oh yes, he's pushing it out. He's misjudging this wind by the look of it.
But it's a good-looking kick. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal. Eastern Suburbs back in front by 13 points to 12.
He read the wind better than I thought he did. The fortunes of the game fluctuating tremendously and the control of play changing from 1 minute to another as one pack gets on top momentarily and the other pack snatches it away.
And that's in touch, about 10 yards out from the Eastern Suburbs 25. So far in the match, we've seen Eastern Suburbs lead 5-0. Then Gordon took the lead 6-5. They went to 9-5. Eastern Suburbs went to 10-9. Then Gordon went to 12-10. Now Eastern Suburbs back to 13 points to 12. This is real.